Like Dino he created the notion of Lala. So whenever I say Lala, Tata, Sasa, Tasa, it's Dino. So just think Dino. And I'd argue that there was probably a bigger deal made about Neymar than when Dino first came through. Like when Dino first came through, there was not that much of hype or big deal about him as there was about Neymar. Who is more talented? See, now you got to think about this. People will jump out, oh, it's Dino. Now, look at this objectively and take away all hate from your heart. Look at this objectively and take away all hate from your heart. Dino, we know how his dribbling, his movements, his skills, his passing, his assists, his technique, his lala. Like in terms of just flair, like when I talk about lala, that's how I talk about Dino. Like Dino he created the notion of lala. So whenever I say lala, tata, sasa, tasa, it's Dino. So just think Dino. If you think, wait, what does Hartford mean by lala and tata? I mean Dino. But take away all your hate towards Neymar aside. Neymar can play as a winger, as a wide forward. He can play a free role. He can play as a false nine. He can play as an attacking midfielder. He can play as a playmaker. When you look at his goal scoring, his free kick taking, how good he's at goal scoring, the amount of goals he scored, the different kinds of goals he has scored, how good he's at passing, at creating, at playmaking. The amount of tools that Neymar had at his Arsenal was insane, which is why there was such a big deal made about him. And I'd argue that there was probably a bigger deal made about Neymar than when Dino first came through. Like when Dino first came through, there was not that much of hype or big deal about him as there was about Neymar. So when you just think of Neymar's talent, forget what he's done with his career. Forget about stuff with his sister and all that extra stuff. Forget that stuff. His talent level, Neymar is more talented than Dino. You have to listen to what I'm saying. Neymar's not the better player. Neymar's not a better dribbler. He's not more dynamic. Neymar is more talented. Talent. And when we're talking about talent in football, it's how well you are the things you're good at, and how many things are you good at? How many attributes do you have? How many characteristics do you have? And Neymar simply has way more tools at his arsenal than Dino. Dino is just arguably one of the greatest dribblers we've ever seen. One of the most dynamic, flamboyant players that the game has ever seen. But Neymar has that, not to Dino's. Neymar is not as flamboyant as Dino. No. Like the things that Dino has done, Neymar can't do. But Neymar has that also. Not to the same degree, but he's got the goal scoring. But he's got the free kicks. But he's got the ability to play different positions at a high proficient level. So when you just think of talent level, again, when we think of talent, not who's the better player, when you just think of talent level, Neymar is more talented than Dino. I repeat, Neymar is not the better player, not the better dribbler. He doesn't have better tesh or tata. He's just more talented. So for talent, I'm going to have to put this over to your boy. I'm going to have to give him talent. I'm going to have to give your boy talent. So, talent was with him. Impact. Impact. This is easy. This is easy. Because when this guy came through, you felt it. You felt it. And it's reverberated globally. It reverberated globally. Now, for me, I feel Neymar's impact was that goal he scored against Santos and that first World Cup. So that first World Cup was like, oh, geez, the excitement of this is the next big thing. But I feel that's when Neymar's impact stopped. And I just don't know how large that impact really was if we're keeping it three stacks. If we're keeping it three stacks. So, for Dino, he changed football. Dino changed football. The excitement that Dino brought to football was like anything that I'd ever seen. And I was there with Romario, I was there with R9. Obviously, I miss Maradona and Pele. But the way people were talking about it, that, yo, do you know this guy, he's bringing like that whole point guard thing to basketball where like, he'll pass in one direction, look one in another direction, which is what Magic Johnson used to do. Like the no-look pass, there's elasticals. Bro, have you seen the kind of stuff this guy's doing? Like, we thought you could only do this stuff on the street or in the futsal. He's basically bringing futsal into it. So the way people were talking about him and just the excitement he brought into football, the amount of fans he brought into the game. My argument is that when we do these football battles and when Dino goes up against other players, I don't think there's any player that can beat Dino for impact. Like, think of your best player, your favorite player. They're not beating Dino for impact. I don't think Dino's impact was stupid. Because, see, impact is on the pitch and beyond the pitch. That's why the closest thing is if I do like a Dino Cristiano, because Cristiano's impact is huge. Because impact is not only on the football pitch, but beyond the pitch, beyond football. Like on the streets, in the office, for even like non-football guys, bro. So for impact, man, I'm going to have to give it to your boy. Like, Dino's impact was crazy. To watch the rest of this vid and gain access to more content crack, think about becoming a Patreon member. Click the link below in the description box or head over to patreon.com/halfhope and gain access to more content crack. Let's ride.